Guys, thanks for tuning in. Vegas Top Dogs YouTube channel update. NFL playoffs, 4 big matchups this weekend. We got veteran handicapper Sniper West over there. I'm Tony K. We're going to dig in and give you 3 picks in the NFL playoffs, plus a player prop. Wes, welcome back once again this week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Tony. We, obviously a lot of football this weekend, especially with the national championship game coming up on Monday. So a funny story. I have a buddy coming into town on Monday, and 2 months, he's a big VGK fan, Vegas Golden Knights fan. And so 2 months ago, he was coming out here. He knew he was coming. He's like, hey, let's go watch a hockey game. I want to go watch the Flyers are playing VGK on Monday at 5 o'clock, but I didn't. So we bought the tickets, and I didn't realize it was going to be on the same night as the national championship game. So I kind of gave him a hard time. I'm like, dude, we're going to miss the Natty after watching all the college football season, but it's cool. I haven't since I moved here. I did go to T-Mobile for the NBA Cup final, but I haven't seen a hockey game there yet, so that'll be fun. But I am going to miss that Natty. I might have to watch it a little bit. It's at 5 o'clock, right when the Natty kicks off. So whatever, it is what it is.
I'm surprised it's not earlier being in Vegas. You'd think it'd be 8 o'clock.
It is on MLK Day, so I don't know if that has anything. I know I do know the NBA, they always have games all day on MLK Day. But not very many African American hockey players out there. I don't know how much they celebrate the MLK Day, but for some reason they have hockey all day too on Monday.
I think a lot of people are off work. That's probably why people are off.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Little day action. Yeah, I know the Knicks always play in the afternoon on MLK Day.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think you're using the early game on Saturday, so let's give the viewers what they want. A little NFL action.
Yeah, hopefully we go 4-0 on this video here and everybody cashes some tickets. So, yeah, I'm looking at the Bills and Broncos here. So, obviously, Buffalo, impressive win over Jacksonville. I was on Jacksonville. I lost. Shame on me. Buffalo. I just think the whole deal with that game, Trevor Lawrence, he kind of looked like a deer in headlights at times. And Josh Allen, he has a lot of playoff experience. I know he has not gone to a Super Bowl, but remember, he has been to, AFC championship game. I think 2 of them. He's been to 2 AFC championship games. So experience prevailed there. Man, he's been banged up too. He went in the tent 3 times. I know he banged his finger on someone's helmet. I think he had a leg issue as well. So I don't know. He's just Superman. He put the team on his back, and he went and won that game for them. So can he do it again here is the question. This Broncos defense, though, Tony, I mean, it's the truth. They're arguably top 3 in the NFL. They might be the best defense in the NFL. Just depends on what metrics you look at. They have had the week off. Denver has had the week off to prepare for the Bills. They only allow 278 yards per game and only 4.8 yards per play, which is good for number 1 in the NFL. So very good defense in Denver. But don't forget the Bills, their offense, they could be stagnant at times too. I mean, I get they put up 27 points versus the Jags and 35 versus the Jets, week 17 of the season, I think it was. But the Jets are terrible. And the Jags defense can be hit or miss. But when they played the Browns, they put up only 23. They played the Eagles. They only put up 12 points against the Eagles. They played the Texans. They only put up 19 versus the Texans. So when they play good defenses, they can be held down, right? Regarding Denver, their offense, they can be stagnant at times too. Bo Nix, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss. In their past 3 games, the Denver Broncos have not scored more than 20 points. And the Bills defense, it's not a very good defense. I get it, but I think they're going to step up here. And I like the under a lot in this game. The total sits at 45.5. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I like first half under. I like full game under, especially if it does not go to overtime. But for purposes of the video, we will go full game under 45.5 between the Bills and the Broncos.
All right, I should know this, but what was the score? They met each other last year in the playoffs at Buffalo. What was the score of that game? Do you have that?
If I remember, it was a high scoring game. Let me see, I have the head to heads right here actually. So yes, January 2nd, 2020. Oh, it's 31-7. So actually that went under. It's 31-7 Buffalo.
31-7.
Granted, Bo Nix was a rookie, and they probably weren't supposed to make the playoffs, and they didn't, and they did make the playoffs. But Buffalo handled them last year. That was in Buffalo. Obviously, we have altitude this time in Denver.
Right, could be bad weather too.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a close game. As far as the spread goes, I mean, I do think it's a close game. I have a lot of sharp friends in the industry. Some of them are on Buffalo and some of them are on Denver. So, and I'm kind of split too. I have no idea who's going to win this game. I just think it's going to be low scoring.
Well, I have a prop in that same game, and you talked about him quite a bit, and that's Josh Allen. I think he's going to go over his 8 rushing attempts. I saw this prop. I'm like, this looks pretty good because they get down, goal line. You see a tush push, quarterback sneak. That counts as a rushing attempt. You may see one or two of those if they're on the goal line. Josh Allen, if he can't find a receiver, he likes to run. He seemed healthy last week running the ball. Sometimes he changes plays, calls his own number, likes to scramble, quarterback sneaks. I think you're going to see over 8. It seems like a lot, 8 for a quarterback, but Josh Allen in the playoffs, he does like to run a lot. So we're going to take it over 8 rushing attempts. If he does have 8, it's a push, but I think he'll go over 8 rushing attempts when everything is said and done.
Yeah, well, especially with that the Broncos pass rush, because they're going to try to close in on him from the sides, so probably take off up the middle several times. Right. They will get after him, so he probably will run. You're right.
Yeah, I think that's a good prop play for that game. All right, before we get to our next selection, guys, be sure to visit VegasTopDogs.com. Not only can you get your premium plays for NFL playoffs, but NBA, college basketball, NHL hockey. We have the national championship game on Monday. So check out the hot handicappers, the premium picks, VegasTopDogs.com. And also give us a like, subscribe, and thumbs up on these videos. It's that simple. What do we have for game number 2 between San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks?
Yeah, so we're going up to the Pacific Northwest here. Yeah, the Niners, obviously, that was an impressive win over the Eagles. Short week, though, because that game was on Sunday afternoon, and now they are playing on Saturday evening. So that's one less day of preparation for the Niners. And they're banged up, too. So, yeah, obviously, no George Kittle, no Ayuk. Pearsall, I think, is even questionable as well. But these teams, they split the season series this year. If you remember, in week 1, San Francisco won 17-13. The Seahawks won 13-3 a couple weeks ago. If you remember that game, that was very low scoring as well. So yeah, both matchups went under the total, right? Significantly too, went under the total. Mm-hmm. But I like the under here again. Remember, McDonald, the Seattle head coach, very defensive minded, defensive oriented. And that Niners defense, I know. Well, by the way, I heard that Fred Warner, the San Francisco linebacker, he might be playing here. I don't know how healthy he's going to be, if that's really going to make a big difference. But I just think it's going to be another low-scoring game. I mean, we had 17-13 in week 1. We had 13-3 at the end of the season, or 13-3 at the end of the season. Why wouldn't this go under the total too? Especially with a Seahawks team that's had some time to prepare for this Niners offense coming in. And I think the Niners probably play some pretty good defense here too. So, yeah, give me under 45 between San Francisco and Seattle here. This will be on Saturday evening. And, I think points are going to be hard to come by.
All right, good stuff. Moving right along, I have a Sunday game. It's the early kickoff, but it doesn't go until 3 p.m. Eastern. They bumped up the times here on Sunday. I think we have 3 and 6:30. Is it the second one? That sound right?
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. They kind of change up the times. Yeah, it's 3 Eastern and then 6:30 Eastern. They do that for the championship games too, the AFC and NFC championship. I don't know why I don't know. Maybe it's for more fan engagement. Maybe they can wait longer for people to show up to the game. Not quite sure why they do that, but I've noticed the past few years they've been doing that.
Probably for TV purposes, I would imagine. Yeah. The West Coast, you're 3 hours behind. Instead of starting playoff game at 10 a.m., it'll be noon.
Yeah.
So that's my guess anyway. All right. My selection goes on Sunday. It's between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. I actually have 2 selections in this game, not using a side, but we're using a total. And I like a total for the first quarter and also a total for the first half. Both of them under. I think both teams will be very conservative to start. They both have defensive-minded coaches. They both played on the defensive side of the ball when they played. It's going to be cold and chilly up in Foxborough. I think that's going to lead to an under. So I'm going to go under first quarter, 7.5 points. I think both teams come out slow, conservative, probably see a few punts. I think the under first half, which is 20.5, I think that one stays under. We have two very good defenses. I think defenses will rule the day for both teams. Like I said, both head coaches are defensive-minded. Wide receiver Nico Collins is out with a concussion. He said he's 99%. They're pretty sure he's definitely out for this game. So they're losing a weapon on offense. The Texans are. Both teams like to run the ball. So I think it's going to chew the clock. You're going to see a low-scoring first quarter, low-scoring first half. Take them both under in the early kickoff on Sunday.
Yeah, could not agree more. Texans, they only give up 18 points a game. New England, they have scored a lot of points this year. In fact, they averaged 24 points per game, but they played nobody, right? They played lackluster competition. The only defense that New England did play this year that's on par with the Texans defense is the Cleveland Browns. To their credit, they did put up 32 against Cleveland, but I don't think it's going to be that type of game. This Texans defense, you saw it last week. I mean, they scored 2 defensive touchdowns over the Steelers.
Right.
And yeah, that Patriots defense, you saw how they got after Herbert too. I mean, he had no time to do anything. I know the Chargers offensive line is terrible, but I agree with you. I like the under a lot. And to be honest with you, I mean, this might be a premium play. I might take Texans Patriots under if the viewers out there want a free premium play for me as well.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tell all our viewers where they could find you, not only Vegas Top Dogs, but on social media.
Yeah, you can find me at the Sniper Picks on X, and I have YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff. It's at the Sniper Picks or at Sniper Picks, a combination of one of the two. I'm pretty easy to find if you just look me up. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. We have UFC. It will be starting not this weekend, but next weekend. Really looking forward to that. It's UFC 324. We have Patty the Batty Pimblett against Justin Gaethje. It's going to be a fantastic fight. Actually, it's a stacked card. Sean O'Malley's fighting. Derek Lewis is fighting. Waldo Cortez Acosta is fighting. So really looking forward to that. I had a great UFC season last year. Don't forget, we have hockey, college basketball, NBA, the NFL games. We have the national championship game Monday. So a lot of stuff going on over there. Vegas Top Dogs, the #1 sports consultant in the business.
Sounds good. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Check out VegasTopDogs.com. We'll talk to you again next week with your AFC and NFC championship selections, probably some player props as well as we get 1 week closer to the Super Bowl.
Let's cash some tickets.
Thanks, you.